Strange start to the day. I don't hear any music or anything. I can't page around on my stuff. I hope it allows me to do the things we need to do. I might have to refresh and come out. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my computer. But anyway, welcome to Horse Racing Today, the silent version. It's the Charlie Chaplin version of the Horse Racing Show. We're a little bit late today. Had a unexpected sort of event happen throughout the course. Sometimes a friend calls and you end up spending more time on something than you didn't have in your schedule. So we're going to get right to the racing. Then we'll get back to, some of the other things that we normally do. Race number 1 is 5.5 furlongs, Terry. It means they're going to go fast. See down there below, almost half the horses go wire to wire. The rail gets a bonus. 2 and 3 are fair. 4 and out get discounted, Terry. So speed's going to make a big difference in the opener at Parx today. If you're looking for a big difference when it comes to speed, there's only one place to look.
Yeah, that's right. You take a look at that 6, and it has lots of speed compared to the others.
Yes, indeed. You see the 6, the 4, 5, 6, and 8, though, in our race shape, all want to be out front. 3 is a PC type. 1, 2, and 7 want to close. Terry, pretty balanced race in there, but you want to be the speed of the speed. That looks like the 6, but who looks like they're going to get the best trip? Well, plenty of them.
Well, yeah, a lot of them do. The 2 has the most, but most of them are in the 80s. So there's a lot of them are going to be comfortable in this race.
Yes, indeed. It does look like a lot of them will be comfortable. We only got a minute to the first race. So real quick, Terry, top jockey trainer combinations look like the 1 and 2. Yesterday's sim favorites, I think, won half of the races. So that was a big day for that. And then, of course, the biggest in-race advantage is 2 lengths, late speed, 5 points equals 1 length. 7, Bridinci will be coming hard at the end. A lot of closers did all right yesterday too. Terry, who's going to do all right in the opener today?
I like the 3 Mystic Loot, finished in the money in 3 out of 4 starts at Parx Racing, winning one of those and has a top trainer. Enforcer, the 2, won the last race at Parx Racing, highest last race speed rating, highest percent winning jockey and trainer. The 1 drops in class today. Rail Pulse win at 28% clip and has a top winning trainer and jockey. And Eagle Man, the 6, likes Parx Racing, been in the money 50% of the time, winning 22% of the starts here. And today's distance, been in the money 86% of the time, winning 50% of the starts. No bets for me here.
Yeah, in the opener, I will begin with number 2. Enforcer, top last race speed figure, 8 points. Andrew Beyer says anytime it's 3 or more, you got to pay attention to those horses. I called this one 5 ways better last time. Better early pace, better mid-pace numbers, better late pace, better early fractions through the first half mile. Does get that top jockey trainer combination in there too. Mystic Loot, that horse has the chance to be forward in there, Terry. Today, that 3 horse cutting a little bit of distance off of its last race could indeed be a difference maker. Track of My Tears, that 6 horse, Terry, very likely to be better in the 3rd start after a layoff. Early speed and cutting a furlong off of its last effort. And then 6 Whips, my Friday nights, Terry. I think half of the winners yesterday were simulation favorites. That one is the simulation favorite, and it's the top par plus 2. So you see here, par plus, we do 1,000 simulations to see how often they hit a speed figure equal to or better than the par speed figure, in this case, 84. So the 5 horse tops of that list and the sim favorite as well. We have $100 to bet as we wish. So we're going to call those Benny and the bets. And I went with the 2, 3, 5, 6. And they're off and running in the opener, Terry. And the 6 horse, the 3 horse, it looks like the 8 horse in the mix there as well, are running around the track with a lot of intent. 6 horse continues to lead with the 3 horse in the trail position. That 5 horse, that simulation favorite, Terry, he's dipped down to the rail. Looks like he's going to get a nice trip today. Let's see if they can hang on to that. 4 horses coming pretty aggressively there, though. 5 horses in that mix. It looks like the 3 and the 6 are going to battle it out for the win, although the 5 horse, that simulation favorite, Terry, guess what he might do again today? He's going to... It's going to go 6, 5, and 3, Terry. 6, 5, and 3. Track of My Tears was your winner. The 6 horse going off at 7 to 2, down from 10 to 1 morning line odds. That 5 horse, Terry, 26 to 1. How about that?
That's good.
And then that 3-horse went off at 6-1. The 2 ran out. I think I'm going to get my Benny and the bets budget back on the opener, Terry.
I think you are, yeah.
How about that? Let's go back and look at that again. The 6-horse won. He got to that front. Had a kind of low C-zone, but you get to the front, you stay out to the front, you got a chance. And what was that? The horse going to be the third start after a layoff? Was that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Cutting back a furlong, able to hang on to that speed to the end. The 5-horse was that simulation favorite at 26-1, and that's going to be the one that pays the bills, so to speak, right?
That's right.
All right. So, Private Ross, this is a very good lesson, I feel like, playing $5, 10-cent superfectors yesterday. A good friend of mine when I was growing up, his name was Joe. And this is how I actually got into risk games, if you want to call it that. His dad was a professional card player down in Atlantic City and would drive down to Atlantic City all of the time. And when he would get to Atlantic City, I asked Mr. G, how do you 653, nice box, thank you. How do you make money playing blackjack? And he said, Richard, you got to have more money on your winning hands than on your losing hands. I said, Mr. G, if I knew which hands were going to win and which ones were going to lose, I would never play the losing hands, right?
Yep.
So he told me, all right, Richard, here's a book on money management. You want to make the smallest amount of wagers you can for the biggest amount of bang for your buck. And then you want to have a money management system that helps you put more money on your winning hands than on your losing hands. So that's how I got into all of this mess. So Mr. G, thank you. The funny thing about him, Terry, he was probably the straightest person I ever knew in my life, but he got me into degeneracy called gambling. Speaking of gambling, that's what it is when you're betting horses. I don't see it as gambling, Terry. I see it as probability because it is just probability. So anyway, the probability is we're going to have free picks every day at Guaranteed Tip Sheet, and we do. Today, I feel like we'll have a very good day at Fairmount Park. That's why it is our free track of the day. There is a link in the description down below. Make sure you use that in YouTube, and we'll start posting them elsewhere too to make them easier to find. You'll also find a link to our smart sheets as well as our explanation on how to use them. And when the show is over right here, you will get a replay of the show along with our thoughts, commentary, and our picks. When you're there, hit that HRT button so you can come on over here and hook yourself up with a Horse Racing Today hat like Terry's sporting. The one. Those are for the bloodshot eyes back when we were in our 20s and we were out a little bit late, if you know what I mean. Did you ever have a late night out, Terry?
Oh, yeah. Couple of them.
Only a couple?
Yeah.
Well, you were much better behaved than I was then. I think on my 21st birthday that year when I turned 21, what's funny about that is we went to a bar and they're like, he's been coming here for 6 years. What do you mean he just turned 21? But I think we went out like 120 days in a row. Like the last day of college to the first day of college, every night out. But anyhow, enough of that. Race 2, 1 mile and 70 yards, Terry. So at $1.70, you see on the screen down there below. Early speed wins 30% of the time. It goes wire to wire. Inside horses tend to outperform outside horses, Terry. Looks like plenty of them, though, at the beginning of this race. We'll try to get towards the front.
Yeah, there are several of them that have some good numbers there, but that 6 and 4 have the closest numbers. They could go head-to-head if they get out of the gate together.
Well, I certainly hope you trifecta box that, Terry. Did you see what that paid for 50 cents?
Yeah, 305.70.
Woohoo! That's a way. Can I go home now? I did my job.
You did.
If you played it and you don't head over to the tip jar in the description on YouTube, Terry and I will permanently ban you. Of course, just kidding. Looking at the race shape here, Terry, the 6 horse could get out to the lead by itself. It is your speed horse, so this shape should favor speed. Although a little light on the C-zone, it does look like one of them has a good chance to get a 50-50 opportunity to repeat its best performances.
Yeah, the one has a 54.19% chance. It's over that 50% threshold that we like to see.
Yeah, I like to see that as well. You see here, Terry, only one class dropper. That's the 3 zoning order. Do you see any value in this spot?
Yeah, the 2 has a value of 2-1 to 7-2, and the 5 goes from 3-1 to 5-1.
Now, you mentioned the 2 offering value. Also, last race speed figure, 8 points better than everybody else. Has the biggest in-race advantage of about a length and a half in late speed. Grades out as our sim fave. Grades out is our top total pace horse, Terry. Doesn't grade out as the top jockey trainer. Who does that?
Well, the jockey is 4 and the trainer is 1, but the jockey has the best combination, I think, of jockey and trainer.
So what's your combination for picks in race number 2 and our first of 3 Don Johnson Miami Vice pick 4s?
Okay, I like the 4 Pam Pam, finished in the money in 2 races out of 3 last starts, and has a top trainer and jockey. Wow, lucky. The 5 finished in the money 6 races of the last 6 starts with 1 win, and gets a leading jockey. And number 1 Battle in Time, third choice, has won 2 races in a row. Now goes for a hat trick, has a high percentage winning trainer. Zoning Order, the 3, my long shot, finished third versus similar to last race, has a high percentage winning trainer. First Miami Vice, Don Johnson, pick 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with the 3, 4, with the 3, 7, $50 ticket.
You know who's going to win, right, Terry?
The one that I didn't take.
Noisy on the Bay. It's either that or it's going to be the one that goes off at 1 to 5, right? That's how those always work. I'm going to start off with the 4-horse 2 Pam. That one, Terry, should contest for the lead. You got Jamie Ness. You got Michael Sanchez. Showed better early pace last time out. Then the 2 horses next for me. Jess's Moment is that top last race speed figure, 8 points better than everybody else with that big in-race edge of a little more than a length and a half late speed. Simulation favorite again. I'm going to keep popping those guys in there as much as they win, Terry. And they win a lot.
They do.
Yeah, they do. Noisy on the Bay. This one's going to battle for the lead as your lone E potential, Terry. And if it's out there by itself, look out. Back-to-back 6s. And then finally, number 1 Battling Time is the lone PC. The only horse in the race with a C-zone above 50%. We saw that yesterday with a horse that was the only C-zone with the number 1 above 50%. And guess what? He won the opener. You know what's funny about yesterday, Terry? I think between you and me, and I don't know, I'd have to double check this, but there were 9 races on the card. And I think between the 2 of us, we had 6 picks.
That's right.
As the winning pick, as our top choice, right?
Yes.
And somehow only managed to walk out of that with 1 pick 4 for you and 1 pick 4 for me. How does that work?
I don't know. It's just odd.
Yeah. Well, I think it's terrible is what I think. All right. So I'm going to go with a pick 4 with the 1, 2, 4, and 6. So guess what is going to happen in this race for sure, Terry?
One of us is going to get started good.
Yes, because one of us, between the 2 of us, we have every horse in the race.
That's right.
And then 3, 5, 6, then 3, 6, and then 2, 3, 4, and 6. $48 is my pick 4. Into race number 3 we go. And in the third spot, this time around, they're going to be running 5.5 furlongs. And 5.5 furlongs, Terry, belongs to Blazers. Get to the front. You stay in the front. The 6-horse got to the front, I think, in that last race and went wire to wire. So he added to that 44%. Maybe the only thing we need to look for in race number 3, Terry, before we go on, this is a maiden claiming, so we do want to pay special attention to the par speed figure. But we're looking for speed, Terry, in race number 3, but we're also looking for horses with a chance to hit par. Where's the speed and who's got the par?
Well, the 3 has got the speed as far as that goes. And the only horse that really even came close to the par speed number was that 5. Everybody else did not. And the 5 has a pretty good chance of doing it today.
Mm-hmm. And you see here, too, the 3, 4, and 5 have not finished within 5 lengths of the leader at the finish line. So they just did great in the races so far. The 1, 2, and 6 are first-time starters. I mean, you almost feel like you should just go with the 1, 2, and 6 and move on. But the 3-horse does have, of the experienced horses, a 2-length early speed advantage. And look at that C-zone, Terry.
Yeah, 91.82%, way above that 50% threshold that we like to see.
Yeah, and like multiples of everybody else. 5-horse did run the top last race speed figure, 5 points better than everybody else. Then we come over here, Terry, to those 3 first-time starters. No back bullet workouts. That's disappointing. And none of them over 2.5, which that is the threshold that we like to look at. I almost feel like you should break them up into 2 groups. Either take this group or that group. Which group did you take?
Well, let me see here. I think I took the group that has, let's see, Punch and Judy, the 3. So she's been out before. Finished third versus Trump. Tougher in the last race. Drops in class today. Can handle the distance. And number 5 in the biz drops in class today and can improve while returning to dirt. Gets a leading jockey and trainer. Queen Valentine, the 3, drops in class. Also has a bullet workout on September 17th. Then I'm going to go with the first-time starter, the 2, Princess Isabel. First-time starter whose dam has 3 winners from 4 starters. High percentage winning trainer wins 20% of the debut maiden claiming races a horse he trains competes in. No bets for me in this race.
So the 3-horse Queen Valentine, that one has, as we saw on here, just a tremendous early pace advantage. They can get out to the lead and hang on, maybe with that 7-point total pace. I mean, he's clearly should be able to take care of the other horses with experience. The only question is, what will the first timers bring to the table? The 5-horse in the biz, though, did run the top last race speed figure. That was 5 points better than everybody else. It is a maiden special weight dropper, is the only maybes. Everybody else in there was a no, so maybe. The 6-horse Wanting Attention, I'm ranking that one as the first time top starter in there. I know it's 2.25 versus 2.26, but it does score a better jockey trainer combination. So I gave that 0.2, Terry, just to edge it out. And then I went with Princess Isabel, the 2-horse. That is your top rated first time starter. It's a tough call over the morning line favorite, the 4 for me, but I did it anyway. I'm going to go 50-cent trifecta box 2, 3, 5, and 6 in race number 3. On to race 4 we go. This will be 6.5 furlongs. If we take a look at the profile of a winner for 6.5 furlongs, we're in what, race number 4, right?
Yes.
Early speed, no question. That is a very good way to win at Parx. 35% of the time, get to the lead. You have a rail bonus, 2 and 3 place fair. 4 through 7 get discounted. Terry, 8 and out, almost come back to fair. So you want a little bit of speed perhaps on the inside, a little bit of speed on the outside. And looks like the fastest of them all is to be found on the outside.
It is. It's the 6-horse. It's 54.8%, and the speed should get out of the gate and get the quarter pole first.
Yes, so we know who's going to go out there, the 6 and the 4. 6 wants to be on the lead. The 4-horse is more of a co-pilot. 2 and 3 want to close. So that seesaw is perfectly balanced. When you look at that C-zone, though, Terry, it looks like if that 6 gets the lead, he's going to be happy out there.
He sure is. He got a 93.2%, and that's way above that 50% threshold.
Everybody moving up a little bit in class, Terry. Who's going to be moving with the best jockey trainer combo?
Well, the 3 has the best jockey trainer combination.
So the 3 does indeed stand out in that respect. You look at here, Terry, the only horse that hit par so far is the 6.
Mm-hmm.
Does also have your top par plus. It is your simulation favorite, although the 2 grades out as your top total pace horse. Looks like the even number horses are where you should go in this race. The 2, the 3, the 4, and the 6. But it is a 5-horse race. Look out for those horses with the longest odds. Who do you have at the top of your ticket here?
I like the 3, Real Blues, finished the money in both starts at Parx Racing. Won one of the races, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 30% of the races when taking a horse down 2+ classes, and a top winning jockey. The 4 finished third in the last race, has the highest last speed rating, tied with another, has a high percentage winning trainer. This trainer wins 18% of the races in the first race after claiming a horse. I Can Do Magic, the 5, won last race, highest last race speed rating is actually tied with the 4, and switches to top winning trainer. That's my third choice. My long shot is Starlord. The 2s, where it ran second in last race, highest speed figure at today's distance, and has a top jockey. I'm going to play the second pick 4, Miami Vice, Don Johnson, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the 3, 7 with the 4, 7 with the 1, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, a $48 ticket.
So you know what's going to happen again, Terry, right?
Yeah, of course. I'm going to have the one horse I didn't take, the 6, is going to win this race, and that's your top pick.
Yeah. Well, I have him at the top simply because he should be out on front. Does have that excessive C-zone over there, Terry, by itself. It's their simulation favorite to boot, and it's the only yes horse. And it might end up being the longest shot in a 5-horse race. A lot of boxes checked for the long shot angles there. Real Blues, if that 6 horse doesn't win, you got Jamie Ness. You got Michael Sanchez. You got a horse running at Parx for the 3rd time. So far, he's got a win and a 3rd. Number 4, Chinese I Am. If the 6 doesn't lead, Chinese I Am will lead. Just needs to run back 1 race to perhaps steal this one. And then finally, the 2 horse, Real Blues, gets the 2 horse. That would be not Real Blues. That would be Star Lord. It is the biggest in-race edge of a 1-length late speed, and also I think one of the better characters from the Marvel series. I'm going to do 50-cent pick 4, just the 3-6, and then 2-3-4-6 with the 2-4-6 with the 1-5-6-8, and then a $3 exacta box, key box, 6 with all. And this is sort of a kind of trying to make good from yesterday. Remember I had that 7 horse in my exacta box, and I was thinking about doing the all bet with the 7, just because that horse was going to be boom or bust. Did finish 2nd, and the horse that beat him was paid $30. And if I had done it, so today I remembered my lesson from yesterday, Terry. The CTE not kicking in as much as usual. 10 race card today, so that means race number 5. That one, Terry, is the middle race of the, well, it ends the first leg. 1 mile and 70 yards, I think, is the most prevalent distance of the day, running 3 times. So keep an eye out on here, but you know it's Parx. You know that speed's going to do well. You know about 1 out of 3 horses that gets the first call at the first call will get the first call at the last call, and meaning it turns into the winner's circle, Terry. There's a rail discount. 2 through 7 play the best. Being on the outside, 8 and out really kind of hurts. So in the 5th spot, and again, speed will play a big role. It looks like 3 of the 4 inside horses will really get after it as they get going.
Yeah, and they're very close in their numbers, so it's really anyone's guess who will get out of that gate and get there first. It's whoever gets the best break.
And you see those 3 horses want to be out front. Those 3 horses want to close, so pretty balanced in there, Terry. But it does look like one of these speed horses over here is going to get to the front and might enjoy the view.
Yeah, the 2 loves this. Going to be very comfortable, 96.06%, way over the 50% threshold we like to see.
Yeah, every one of them a chance to go to par today, Terry. Looks like maybe a race where you can find some value.
Yeah, you can. You can look at the 1 and see 8-1. The 2 is 5-1. The 3 is 7-2 to 8-1. The 4, 3-1 to 10-1, and the 6 is 9-2 to 6-1.
I don't think I've ever seen that where every horse is an overlay,
Yeah.
except for 1, because that 1, even though it's 3-1 morning line, he said, nah, not going to win on that class hike, Terry. Doesn't look like he's got the best jockey. Maybe the trainer's in the mix.
Yeah, well, the 4 is the best jockey, and the 6 is the best trainer. The 4, I think, is the best trainer combination. Trainer jockey.
That 6 horse is a last race speed figure, 5-point horse, better than everybody else. It's also got the biggest in-race advantage of a 1 and a nose length late speed, although that 2 grades out with that high C zone with a +6 top total pace. So if early pace plus late pace equals a little bit more than a 1 length lead, is it going to be speed figure? Is it going to be top total pace, Terry? Is it going to be something else? What's it going to be?
Well, I like the 7. A Matter of Time has a high percentage winning trainer, highest speed figure at today's distance, best speed is fast among today's starters. Rack-a-tap tap. The 3 is my second choice. Ran second.
Do that a couple more times fast in a row.
Rack-a-tap tap. Rack-a-tap tap. Ran second versus similar in the last race and can go the distance. And then 6 Wizard Surratt. Finished 3rd versus similar in the last race, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 24% of the races when taking a horse from a sprint to a route. And then Jigsaw, the 1, finished 3rd versus similar in the last race and the rail post winning 20% clip. No additional bets for me here.
This is really funny, Terry, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 horses in this race. And the only one that we agree on is the 3 horse, the 6. So we have every horse once again. I'm going to start with the 6 horse Wizard Surratt. That one, my friend, does have that top last race speed figure, and the edge is 5 points. And certainly when looking at its resume, the second race after a layoff tends to be better than the first. Then after that, Chip's Friend, the 2 horse, a long shot in there, Terry. That is that horse with a great chance to be out front. It is the top C-zone horse and the top total pace of 6. I feel like you gotta have him. Number 3, Racket Tap Tap, 2 times fast, better early pace, better fractions, making the classic third start after a layoff. And then finally, the 4-horse October Bliss. That one is the simulation favorite again, Terry, over there. Could be out on the front. I'm going to play those simulation favorites, Terry, until I don't breathe anymore.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a $3 double, 6-4, ice cold, as our good friend Charles used to say. And then a $2 exacta key box, 6, with that top last race speed figure edge and all. Hopefully catch a winner today. Because what is this today? Like the 3rd day of the month we've been going, right, Terry?
Yep.
So with that opening trifecta box, going to be flat for the ROI, maybe up a little bit, and hopefully to push it up some more with some other stuff. Before we move on to the second part of the card, Terry, it's important to note that tomorrow we shall return for Keeneland. And then Thursday, Terry and I have made up our mind. We're going to do Belmont at the Big A. If you want to watch and you want to win, what's the best way to watch and win, Terry?
Well, you need to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and it's easy to do. It doesn't cost anything. Hit the bell. That'll notify you about 30 minutes before our program start. Go ahead and copy the link that's down below and share it with everybody you know. Then go to our social sites such as X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Blue Sky at Horse Race, the number 2 day. Give us a thumbs up and a like, and keep these good picks and comments coming, such as Private Ross 99's doing.
Yeah, kindly share our content. Let your friends know about us. If you could, if you're watching on X, kindly retweet so that other folks that are looking for horse racing content could find us. The interaction between you and us is really huge because that's what boosts our search engine scores the most. So retweeting, following, commenting, any of the above, any way that you interact, come back to the description on YouTube, check out the smart sheets, check out the explanation to them, watch the race because we will timestamp them all in the description on YouTube so you can come back and watch every single one of them. Anytime you come back, it really, really accelerates our search engine scores. Anytime you share, it does. So kindly, please do all of that for us. We would greatly appreciate it. It helps the show tremendously, and it's just a click of the mouse. Race number 6, hopefully picking more winners, Terry, helps the show tremendously. This is going to be the only race at 7 furlongs. They start as far back as they can here at Parx. They're going to run all the way down here, make that turn to come home. And guess what? Speed wins. Almost 4 out of 10 win on the lead, Terry. There's a rail bonus for You Better Be Joking. 2 and 3 is actually the best. 4 and out, discounted, but the closer to the rail you are, the better. So in race 6, Terry, do we have anybody inside that's fast?
Well, the 4 is got the most speed, and another inside horse, the 2 has some speed too. So we just have to wait and see who gets out of there first.
Yeah, that dead center horse in there. So you see the 7, Pressure Horse. The 4 actually wants to close, Terry. So when you got a closer with a lot of early speed, we call those left arrow horses. The 2 horses in that mix too. A little maybe smaller left arrow. Looks like really only one of these horses is going to dig the way this race takes place.
Yeah, that's that 6 has almost 54%, so it's a little over that 50% threshold we like to see.
Yeah, and about 5 times more than the rest of the horses in the field. There may be a class dropper. Look at the 7 horse moving down almost 3 lengths. I smell something fishy there, Terry. What's cooking with jockeys and trainers?
Well, the best jockey is 6, the best trainer is a 7, but the best combination, I think, is the 1.
So that left arrow horse is your simulation favorite. It's also your top total pace, about a length and a half better than everybody else. Terry, this looks like a winner perhaps to me. What do you think?
Yeah, I like the 7 Golden Purchase, finished in the money in 5 races out of the last 6 starts, winning 2 of those. Drops in class today and has a top trainer. Financial Strength, the 4, finished second. The last 2 starts, only missing by a nose in both races. And has the highest last speed rating, has a high percentage winning trainer. You Better Be Joking, the 1, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 25% of the races in the first start with this trainer, and the shorter distance should offer hope for improvement. Zippy Gizmo, the 6, finished 3rd versus similar in his last race and has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. A good workout. 4 furlongs, September 27th. No bets for me here.
This is my one vice, Private Ross, the Diet Mountain Dew. I don't like coffee. but I do need caffeine. If I don't have caffeine, I just don't function right. I've really been trying to drink a lot more water, and trying to be a little healthier, cognizant of that as I grow older. But anytime I cut out the caffeine, I get so tired during the course of the day. It's horrible. You're from Milwaukee and drinking Miller Lite. Yes, well, just Miller. But Miller to Terry means Johnny Miller, the golfer. I don't think so. I'm the golfer. Terry, Miller to you probably means beer too. Or does it have another meaning? I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, I'm going to go with the 4, Financial Strength. That one is your simulation favorite, Terry, as we pointed out. Along with that, it's a left arrow horse, pace setter, top total pace +8. I don't know how many left arrow horses I've read in my commentary at the end of the day also turned left into the winner's circle. The 6-horse Zippy Gizmo, saw this yesterday. It was the only horse in the field with a C zone above 50. And guess what happened? That horse won.
Yep.
Number 2, Omaha 8. Moving up the speed ladder. It needs a quicker start, though, today. More distance could help that one out, especially if it gets off to a sharper beginning. And then finally, Golden Purchase. This is Jamie Ness. It is that biggest class dropper by far, but something really stinks with this 7-horse, Terry, because if you look down here real quick, the 7-horse last race out was claimed for $32,000, if I remember correctly, right? Claiming 32. So they claimed that horse, missed by 31 lengths, coming in from Saratoga, Belmont. So it is a class dropper who has run at Parx. So they paid $32,000 for it. It's maiden claiming $7,500. So if they claim it, it's $7,500. Plus, you get 60% of the purse, which is $12,000. So $12,000 plus $7,500 is $19,500 on a horse they just paid $32,000 for. That's a big loss. Why would you want to lose that much money? You want that horse out of the barn. That's why. For me, I'm going to go, just in case, a 50-cent trifecta box, 2, 4, 6, and 7. And I remember Richard Hazelton, when he had him on our show talking about trainer intent, trying to identify that because of his father being a trainer. It's clear that the trainer intent there is to sell that horse. And again, our shows from all of those where you can learn and pick up a lot of knowledge, just watch them, our Horse Center shows. You're going to learn a lot, as well as our Players Edge podcasts. I learned a lot in those things, Terry. What about you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. By the way, the second race at Parx is going off, and the 4 and 1 were going head to head. Now the 4's pulling away from the 1. 2's coming down the rail. If the 4 can keep going there without, the 4 looks like it's going to pull away from that 2. Although the 2 is coming pretty hard there on that rail. So trying really, really hard, but the 4 is not going to give it up. It's going to come 4-2-1.
4-2-1. There you go, folks. 4-2-1, and then the 5 it looks like 4-2-1 and 5. So let's take a look at race number 2 again. Forrest wasn't your simulation favorite in there, but he was up in here. You got the top 2 in there for your total pace horses as your exacta. The 4 was a yes horse in there as well, Terry. So lots of reasons to like the 4. We did. We put him in our picks. Both of us made him our top choice. And the 2 showing up as well as your simulation favorite, as well as your top total pace horse. So nice little ice cold exacta if you went over here, Terry. And that's kind of what we had. And we had our pick 4s continue, which is a good thing. Unfortunately, we used a lot of horses to get there.
Yeah.
Too bad we just didn't put the 4 at the top of the ticket.
Yep.
Race number 7, that's next. That's another pick 4. So perhaps we can get started with that on a positive note as well. On the 7th race, they're going to run 1 mile. So let me pull up the profile of a winner for race number 7. 1 mile, race number 7. You're looking at early speed, 32% of the time going wire to wire. Rail discount for No Mo Wine for You. Probably very good idea for some people. And then 2 through 7, they play the best. 8 and out is the worst. So, Terry, some early speed in race number 7, but it is a maiden special weight. So, once again, we want to look at that speed figure, the bar, and who's been able to hit it. And so far, Terry, of the horses with experience, nobody's done it.
Nope, nobody has. And but there's 3 or 4 that are going to try to do it today, especially the 6. And a 6 has shown the best speed of the ones that have raced in the past, and by quite a bit.
Oh, yeah. I'd say there's a good chance that 6 horse is going to be out on the lead. PC, look, everybody else who's raced not within 5 lengths of the winner at the finish line, the 5 and the 7, giving it a go for the first time. So again, all nose, maiden race. When you take a look at when you see all nose, you got to immediately jump over here. You have 2 with what's called second race par ability, meaning typical second race improvement, could put them in contact with 80. They're both at 80, so they have the best chance perhaps of anybody to get there. Then again, we're looking for those 2 first-time starters with a score over 2.5. We have one of them, Terry, that 5 horse.
That's right. That's a 2.89%, which is pretty nice.
Nice number indeed. Looks like he might go off a decent odds too, 5-1 morning line. What about jockeys and trainers?
Well, the best jockey is the 9, and the best trainer is the 6, and the best trainer jockey combination is also the 6.
Yeah, so the 8 might compete in there. Again, with all these horses finishing off the pace, I'm going to look at the first-time starter as well as second race par ability, maybe something else throw in the mix. What are you going to do, Terry, to start your pick 4?
I like the 6. Sorry. Alistar finished 3rd versus tougher. Only start has a high percentage winning trainer jockey and class drop today. Joy Boy, the 4 drops in class today, can improve at the longer distance. Best start speed is fast among today's starters. Has a high percentage winning trainer. Lorden's Pride, the 3 or 8, has a high percentage winning trainer jockey and the highest last speed rating. Excuse me. And then the 9 is my long shot. Has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 22% of the races in the horse's second career race, and jockey has a high percentage winning jockey and drops in class today. I'm going to, excuse me, play the last pick 4, 1, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9 with a 7, with a 1, 3, 5, 8, with a 4, 9, 10, 11, $48 ticket.
I'm going to start with the 6 horse 2, Alistair, as well as my top selection. To begin the late pick 4, reason being this one has exactly second race par ability, was pretty well bet in its debut. I think you're going to see a better horse. And then I'm going to go with the 5 horse, King of the Cross. Top rated first timer. Everybody else in here is a no, and that's not a low rated first time starter. That's a 2.89. That's a high score. And the jockey trainer combination is workable for me over here, so why not? Not a lot to beat, I don't think, either. And then the 8 horse, Lorden's Pride. That one, Terry's also the same as the 6 with second race par ability. That one kind of came out of the gate a little bit awkwardly in its debut, so it needs a little bit firmer footing. And then I'm going to go with the 1 horse, No More Wine for You. Reason being, this horse, second race par ability, look at that amount of ground that it made up at the end there. And then since then has a bullet workout, 5 furlongs in 1 minute. I'll take that. So I think you might see some improvement in round 2 for the 1 horse, No More Wine for You. That's why it's in my pick 4, 1, 5, 6, 8, 2, 5, 7, 3, 8, and then 1, 3, 5, and 8. And I have a feeling, based upon Terry's pick 4 there, that race number 8 could be Terry's best bet of the day. Before we move on to that best bet, let's talk about what's cooking in race number 8. They're going to go 1 mile. And at 1 mile, let me find the 1 mile marker in here somewhere. This stuff is all over the place for me today. Race number 8. I know we had 1 mile race earlier in the day. Race number 8. There it is. 1 mile. 2 in a row. It's right where it should be. Again, we talked about the early speed with the rail being a discount, 2 through 7 being the best, 8 and out being the worst. So in race number 8, Terry, do we have any speed wearing a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, or a 7?
There's a lot of speed in here, and they all come pretty close to one another. It's an anyone's race who gets to the quarter pole first.
And again, you don't see any pure E-type horse, a pilot that's dependent on being a pilot. The 1 and 4 can do that. The 3 wants to co-pilot. That 7 horse could get a wonderful trip there, Terry, as your lone PC type. So if these go too slow, that horse could say, all right, I'm going to giddy up and go. If they go too fast, be patient and just get in front of those closers to outrun them at the end. Looks like that 7 might actually like where it's positioned.
Does has 67.91%, followed up by that 5 with the 61.66%, which means they're both above 50% threshold we like to see.
The 4 horse, pretty big class drop there, Terry, about 1.5 lengths. Although looks like the jockey is a little bit better than the trainer, but if you're looking for a jockey, there's only one place to look.
That's right. The 5 has the best jockey, the 3 best trainer, but the 5 is the best trainer jockey combination.
So your 2 is your simulation favorite in a race where everybody's come close to hitting par if they haven't done it already. The 7 is going to close. It's also your top total pace horse. I got a feeling based upon your pick 4, Terry, the 7 with that top late pace is going to be your top pick of the day.
It sure is. I like the 7 as my pick of the day, Pachelbel. Finished in the money in 9 out of 10 races, the last 10 races. Won 4 of those races and drops in class today and has a top trainer and jockey. So the very consistent horse. Morning Matcha, the 5. The trainer wins 23% of the allowance races that he has a horse in, drops in class, switches to top jockey, has the highest speed figure at today's distance and fastest start speed of the field. Jean Marie, the 1, won last race at Parx Racing, high percentage winning trainer and jockey and likes the distance. Nature's Candy, the 4, has won 3 out of the last 6 starts, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. I'm going to play $20 to win on the 7, a $10 exacta box 5-7, a $10 exacta 7 with the 1-4-5. And then won a $5 exacta box 1-5-7. That's it.
So Lauren, do me a favor. She's got 22 different handicappers today that she aggregates. Does a lot of work, folks, to help you out. So Lauren, can you do me a favor? Can you, in the comments, give us your X handle so that people can just click on that and head right on over to your account? That would be greatly useful. I would appreciate that. Private Ross, Terry's been cold on his best bets. Morning line guy like 2 in the race, 8 to be considered. That's all right. It's the nature of horse racing, right? I was really cold, and then out of the box, I hit a $300 trifecta. It's just sticking to what you do, consistency, and then over time, you hope that it produces a profit. Pachelbel, the 7 horse, is my top selection, just like Terry. So I jinxed him for sure again. It is your top total pace horse, most consistent high-end performer in the field. Morning Matcha, this one is going to be dangerous, Terry, because it's run at Parx 12 times and won 7 of them. And the resume says that this horse will be better in round 2 off the bench. And then Eclair Blanc, the 2 horse in there, Terry, is the simulation favorite. And the last time this horse came off the bench, off the sidelines to run at Parx, just demolished the field. Now, hopefully it doesn't run that same race today for you. And then finally, number 1, Jean Marie, was a tough call for me over the 3, Dancing on My Own, which is the only way I dance because no one dances with me. But this one won 5 out of 9 races at Parx, 2 or 3 at the distance, and we'll be coming at the end along with that 7 horse. I'll leave this one to Terry. I don't bet in his best bet races because I don't really want to jinx him. There you go. Lauren_Shap at X. This is the handle. 22 handicappers aggregated for the day. Tremendous work. Maybe, Lauren, you can work with us and we can post them over on horseracingtoday.net as well, as if you'd like. Just hit me up on Twitter as well, like you did yesterday. I appreciate the message. And if it's something you're interested in doing, hit me up and we can post them over there as well on a daily basis. I can give you admin and you can put them up there if you'd like. Give you a little bit more exposure, hopefully. All right, race number 9. Terry is next up on our docket. Race number 9 today is going to be 1 mile and 70 yards. You know, I'm going to come up with some new stuff, folks, I promise you, to make these shows a little bit more like TV. I'm just working on some programming to help us make better picks and give you more information. As soon as I'm done with that, we'll upgrade the quality of our show, I promise you. The early speed, 30% of the time, goes wire to wire. Inside horses do better than outside horses, Terry. In the first leg of the late daily double, it does look like there's an inside horse that they're going to have to catch me if they can.
Yeah, that one, he's going to break out of that gate and go to that quarter pole first, I believe.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to get a jockey that knows what to do with it.
That's right, the jockey and trainer. It's the best combination.
But he's a no horse, Terry. Uh-oh. Got a couple of yes horses in here. The 2, the 3, and the 5 are race shape. Most of these horses want to be middle back. That 1 horse is a left arrow horse in there, Terry. But if you're looking for a horse that's going to be licking its chops the way this race plays out, it only looks like 1.
That's right. The 7, really high. It's 91.58%. And it's really, other than the 2, the only horse to be over 50%.
Well, that's the reason that makes 2, but taking a look at it, 3 horse is your top last race speed figure, 4 points better than everybody else. So many different ways this race goes, Terry. I felt like when I was doing it, this was the most open race of the day. The 3 and the 4 tie as your simulation favorites, although the 8 is your top total pace horse. The 4 shows up in here, but the 3, it disappears. I wanted to all this leg. I don't think I could all this leg, so I went a little bit differently. What did you do in race number 9?
Okay, well, I like the 5, Bring Me a Check. Comes off of 2 consecutive wins. It's bidding for a third. The trainer wins 57% of the time when dropping a horse after a win. And the jockey also has strong winning record. Happily Delusional. The 3, top trainer and jockey win rate, highest last race speed rating, drops in class today, fastest dirt speed today. Bottles the 8. Won 2 races in a row and goes for a hat trick and has a high percentage winning jockey. Smile Maker, the 1, is a long shot, finishing the money 2 races out of 3 career starts. Winning 1, the Rail Post winning at a 20% clip and has a top trainer and jockey. No additional bets for me. I'm out of money.
Bottles. That one gets the top pick for me in this race. The reason Bottles is up there, it is our top total pace. It is, again, a horse that absolutely smoked the field last out. It's one of my favorite kind of betting horses, too. It's all or nothing. Run 12 races, won 6 of them, has a third in there, but 1/3 does not show consistency in the back end. So he's either going to win or run out of the money. And according to Barry Meadows, I think if you win by a margin of more than a length and a half in the prior start, there's an excess of 15% chance you'll win the next race. Happily Delusional. Sounds like me most of the time. Top last race speed figure, 4 points better than everybody else, and also grades out as one of the simulation favorites in there. Third start after a layoff could be better than the first 2. Number 1, Smile Maker, could be out on the lead. Does have a bullet workout between races, so maybe going to see the sharpest version of the 1 horse. And then Bring Me a Check, the 5 horse, number 5. Tough call over the 4 horse, El Golden Boy for me, but showed more in the second Parx run after track dropping, but should show more. I'm going to do a 50-cent trifecta box, 1, 3, 5, and 8. I was thinking about doing it in the next race, but when I saw Terry and I had the same 4 picks, I said, you know what? I'm going to put it here because there's still good enough odds with everybody but the 3 to actually collect something. The final race of the day is race number 10. This one is really wide open, Terry. Another one I wanted to go all on. But before we talk about why we didn't go all, just a quick reminder. Tomorrow we're going to do Keeneland. I almost forgot. And then Thursday, we're going to do a Belmont at the Big A. There will be a 4 on Friday. And to make sure you don't miss any of it, what are you going to do?
Well, you're going to subscribe to our YouTube channel and then hit the bell so you're notified about all these different programs coming up. And then also go ahead and copy the link below so that you can share it with your friends, neighbors, relatives, everybody you know. They can come check us out. Go to our social sites that are scrolling down at the bottom here at Horse Race, the number 2 day. Give us a thumbs up and a like, and keep these comments coming, such as Private Ross and Lauren. As we like to see them, we like to see your bets and your comments.
So in the 10th race, they're going to go 6 furlongs. Inside speed does better than outside speed. Jerry, for the last time today, this race is really anything goes.
Yeah, there are several horses that want to get to that front, and they're all pretty darn close in their data. So,
yeah, you see here that all these want the lead. They all can't have the lead, Terry. So it looks like got a bunch of closers in here. The 2 horse is a Sesame Street horse. It's unlike anybody else. Just based upon this alone, I say just take the 2 horse, but that's not really how it works. So maybe this race, ideally, you look for value.
Yeah, you can see here the 1 has a 9-1 to 12-1, and the 3 is from 3-1 to 10-1. That's about the only ones I see.
Maybe you look for the yes horses in here. I'm not really sure. Plenty of them with pretty high C zones. You got the 3 and the 9 at the top of the list. But 3, 9, 11, 4, and 1, they're pretty close in your simulation odds. And then you don't see any of them over here except for the 11 and the 3 at the bottom. A lot of class droppers, 1 moving up in class, Terry. I don't know. I wanted to press the all button, just didn't have the budget to do it. But somehow we end up with 3 of the same 4 horses.
That's right. I like 4 Irish Tenor. Trainer wins 20% of the claiming races. He has a horse running in, holds top speed at today's distance, and shares best dirt speed with among the today's starters. Strand Road has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, drops a class 9 horse. The 10 horse Planet Finished third versus Tougher in the last race. Has a high percentage winning trainer and drops in class today. One Last Kiss, the 11, has a class drop today and shows early speed, which will help. So that because of the benefit of the shorter distance and a strong trainer and jockey, no additional bets for me. And that's it for me today.
Well, I have the 4 horse as my top pick, Irish Tenor, Terry. So maybe this won't be wide open race, but he is over 2 at Parx. Did show nice improvement in the last third start after layoff. And a little more distance could help the top par plus horse in here. I don't know. Last Kiss is a yes horse. Is taking a 2-length drop. That's a pretty big drop in class, although not as big as some of these other ones over here. Maybe the most consistent. You know it's a tough race when maybe makes it into your commentary. Number 3, For the Love of Run. Simulation favorite. Speed and fade in its last. So I'm hoping more from this horse in the second race at Parx. And then finally, number 9, Strand Road. Track drop, but has raced at Parx. Does have some early speed. Was a tough call for the over to 10. No bets for me in here because I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen in this race, just being forthright. Our picks, race number 1, the 6-horse one. We did get that trifecta in there, Terry. That paid $300. That was part of my bets. The 4-horse won race number 2 to get our pick 4's Kraken. So you see here was the trifecta box, race 1. Race number 2, there were our pick 4s. Race 3, I have a trifecta box. Race 4 is the second pick 4. I have a $3 exacta key box. Race number 5 is next, double with another exacta key box for me. Race number 6, another trifecta box. Boy, I have a lot of money to spend somehow all the time. Race number 7, the late pick 4. Race number 8, Terry's best bet. Race number 9, the extent of all of my money. Race number 10, nothing left. Again, here are all of our picks. Tomorrow we'll be back for Belmont at the Big A. For Keeneland tomorrow. And then on Thursday we'll be Belmont at the Big A. Free track today at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. I do think we'll have a lot of success at Fairmount Park. A link in the description on YouTube for that. Just a few minutes. We'll post all of our commentary and picks right there at horseracingtoday.net. When you're there, hit that HRT gear button, get yourself a hat. We would greatly appreciate it, or something else, whatever it is that you like. Hey, Raphael, how are you? Pick 4, race number 7. 4 and 6, 3 and 7, 3 and 4 and 11. There you go, folks. Private Ross in there as well. Race 10, Riviera Owens for me yesterday, so I'm using it on top of my 10-cent Superfecta. I think she's doing it all by hand. So a lot of legwork there for Lauren. So please, again, head on over to her web X account at Lauren_Shap. 22 handicappers today, all consolidated into one place for your viewing pleasure. All right, Terry, that wraps it up for today. Any final thoughts from you before we get up and get out of here and start working on Keeneland?
Yeah, just stay out of that rain. Some places in the east there, and be careful, safe, and then treat everybody the way you want to be treated. And again, remind you to go to see Lauren's X and see what kind of information she has there. Sounds like
her X account, not like her ex-husband or anything.
No, her X account.
I don't know if she has an ex-husband or not. I'm just
who knows.
That's kind of what it sounded like, though. In any case, folks, I don't got any music to close the show, so it's just Terry and I. Terry, you want to sing a tune while I hit the end button? In any case, no matter what you're doing for the rest of this day, we hope you have God's grace, God's favor, and everything that you do ends up in
the winner's circle.
There you go. You want to do that again while I press goodbye?
The winner's circle.